Hello, water signs. Let me get my playlist together and get it to the volume that it needs to be so that I can be in the mood that I need to be in. I love listening to music when I do my readings online for you guys, but at the same time, I know that I can't play certain music without copyright infringements. All right. Hopefully, this cannot be heard, and I'm pretty sure it can't because I can barely hear it. Before I get started, I would like to invite you guys to go on Amazon and purchase my first book. This book has been out for many years. I know at least six, maybe more than that. I don't know, but it's been out for a minute, and I have been terrible on doing my advertisements and marketing myself. Okay. I went to school for that, so I have an associate's degree in that. So I have some I know, so I have some knowledge about that. It's just when it comes to stuff like that, I don't know. I gotta get out of the mode. Water signs. I gotta get out of the mode. I feel like I'm begging for people to do stuff for me, and that's not necessarily the case, you know. So, like I said, this is my first book. It's titled "Facing the Odds from Teen to Woman." Okay, nice little book. Okay, nice little book. Not too much, not too little. This is the back of it. Okay, and it's just about my personal journey. It's a personal journey from me wanting and intending to inspire, especially young children, but especially young teenage girls, okay, to understand that, yes, we do make mistakes in life, and yes, sometimes we do go down the wrong path, but does that mean that we messed up our whole life? Because we have heard many people tell us along the way, like once we make certain decisions and we go down a certain path, they say, "Oh, you done fucked up your life." You know what I'm saying? And that's not necessarily true. You know what I'm saying? There's always some redemption somewhere in there. You know what I'm saying? And regardless of where your focuses when it comes to like a higher perspective. Some people use spirituality, some people use religion, some people just use family. You know what I'm saying? If your family is, supportive like that to where they can help you get out of a negative mindset, but one thing I do want to let you know, water signs, is that if someone, if you're going through something or you've been through something and you felt like people, especially like your family, wasn't there necessarily to, um, I don't know whether the word is support or to heal, you know what I'm saying? But what we have to understand and what we learn when we advance in life is that we are all on different paths, and we are all, living life through our own mentality, okay? Our own experiences. Now, just because you feel like somebody isn't supporting you, that doesn't mean that they don't love you, okay? And a lot of times, as I say, especially about me, I'm cuss Aries and Taurus, but I'm more Taurus than anything. I don't like asking for help. I don't like, you know, putting myself out there to look vulnerable. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like if I talk to you about certain things that's going on in my life, then to me, I feel like you should automatically know. But that's not necessarily the case. You know what I'm saying? Because a closed mouth don't get fed. And this is what some of us have to understand, especially when you're a child. Okay? When you're a teen and you have older people like your parents and your siblings and things like that surrounding you, you can't automatically assume that they know what it is that you need. You know what I'm saying? Especially if they hadn't been in your shoes. Okay? Everybody has not walked in your shoes, and the majority of people are not going to walk in your shoes. So if you don't open your mouth and express yourself and speak your truth, then 9 times out of 10 people are not going to know. They're not going to know, and the only thing that they can do is assume. Okay? And what's going to happen is you're going to come off as a standoffish type person. Okay? Like, very independent, and people will watch you and you be like, I know these people see me struggling because they watching me. But the thing about it is you come off so independent to where ain't nobody really trying to step in and be like, well, let me stop her independence, or let me stop his independence. You know what I'm saying? So if you're in need of something, you have to open up your mouth and say something. And you have to get out of the mindset of just because you're in need, or just because you want something at a certain time in your life, that means that you're lacking. Okay? Now, it's a lot of people in the world, and there are a lot of people that will make you feel like just because you get help or you ask for help that you're begging and you're less than. These people are your enemy. I'm telling you, okay? Now, there's one thing about asking for help and receiving help, and then once you get help, you take advantage of the help that you get. Those are two different things, okay? Now, it is what it is. Maybe somebody needed to hear that, okay? I know that has been a life lesson of mine, and here I am at the tender age of 48, and yeah, you know, I'm still learning. I'm still learning how to open up and be vulnerable to, like, even the closest people to me, my children, my parents, my siblings. You know, it doesn't stop, and we have to get to the point to where we figure out, why do we feel like that? Why do we feel like um, we can't ask for help? Okay. And then I understand sometimes we feel like, okay, well, I didn't ask people for help and they don't want to help me. You asking the wrong people, first of all. You know what I'm saying? You're limiting yourself. You're putting yourself in a box. You know what I'm saying? Or you're going within a box, or you're asking the people that are in the same situation as you are for help to get out of your situation. You're pretty much in the same situation as them, because y'all are together. If you get what I'm saying, it's not until you ascend and you start changing things for yourself and doing things in a more progressive and excellent way, to where you are going to get out of your situation. Okay? So they always say, there's a saying, you know, surround yourself with people that are where you desire to be in life. Okay? Don't be always surrounding yourself with people that are you know, where you are. And the people that are where you are, these are more than likely the people that you grew up with and your family, and this is that. And there's nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying, you know, if you have ambitions and you want to excel in life, then sometimes you gotta like jump, okay? You gotta jump and you gotta take a risk. You have to take a risk on yourself. Now that word was for, if nobody else, myself. Okay. Like I said, my book has been out on Amazon for years and nobody knew. Nobody knew. Only a handful of people knew. Okay. And now I have a second book that's coming out. My first book is called Facing the Odds. This is the actual paperback copy of the book. I don't have a copy of the book that's coming out. It's going to be released to the public on August the 6th. Okay. So on August the 6th in Amazon, go and check out my book. You know, I don't think that I have it available on Kindle. I don't know, but I definitely need to set that up because I know that more people nowadays, since everybody is so busy, people like to read on the go. You know, the readers, they read on the go. Most of the time, you find that the people that like to read, they read because they sit at home a lot and they have time to research and stuff like that. Anyway, enough about that. I had to get that out there, and sorry, water signs, if you felt like I spammed your read, and I didn't. But this is my channel, and this is about me. Okay, this is more wisdom and more guidance and more inspiration that I have put out there, you know, with the guidance of the Most High to share with the public, to share with the collective, okay? With that being said, as you see on my book, again, I'm putting it in your face, but this is my government name, okay? Natalie K. McClendon. That's my name. But online, and you know, a lot of people, they know me as Magical Jones, okay? And I resonate with that name completely, okay? Uh, yeah. So, other than that, like I said, I'm Magical Jones, and this is Wisdom and Guidance. I'm here to give water signs. I'm here to give you guys a message for this time. And I don't want to say July because it's already what, the 11th, the 12th. We are almost halfway through July. So most of my time, my messages, I intend for them to be timeless. Okay. So you can come on my channel at any time and view videos, and they may resonate with you. Okay. I love timeless. I'm not one that likes to put myself in a box, which is why I don't wear watches. Okay. Now I do have watches, and actually I found the old watch of mine, and I don't know why I'm rambling like this for you guys, water signs, but maybe somebody needs to hear what I'm saying. Maybe somebody needs to connect with me on a more, you know, personal basis to where you get to know who I am, you know. But I have a watch or two that I used to wear, and it's odd because I just recently pulled that watch out of a drawer, and I was like, oh, I want to wear this, but then I was like, well, where do I wear it? You know, because on my your left arm, your left hand is where you're supposed to wear your beads, okay? Because your left hand is about receiving things. This is receptive. This is your feminine side, you know, so they say, okay? And your right side is your dominant side, okay? This is where you give, okay? So I'm like, okay, well, maybe I should wear my watch on my right hand, or my right arm, and go from there. And then I tried to put it on my right arm, and it wouldn't fit. So I think I custom, because I take out the pins to my watches and my bracelets and things like that that I buy at different stores, and I adjust them myself, because I make jewelry, so I can do that. But anyway, it didn't fit where I wanted it to fit, so I didn't put it on. So I said that to say that most of my messages, or all of my messages, I intend for them to be timeless. Okay, you can come on my channel at any time and look up the water sign reads, and if it resonates with you, it's going to resonate with you. Okay. Let's see who's in the chat. We have C Royal. Hey, hi, how you doing? We have HY, and he said, or she said hi. Thank you guys for stopping in, checking in. Okay. And I'm learning as I go live to not rush. Okay. I'm learning to take my time and, not bore you, but at the same time still, engage with you guys, and then, just talk, talk about stuff, talk about life, talk about what I feel like you guys came here to hear. Okay. All right. So the first deck that we're going to tap into for you water signs is the Akashic Truth Oracle card deck. Now on the box it says truth, but on the actual card it says Akashic Records. Okay. Take it as you may. Different people have different beliefs of what the Akashic is and how to access it. But to me, I feel like the Akashic Records are things that we have, that we resonate with. Okay. It could be things that we went through in past lives. It could be, because it's like a journal. It's like a journal of everything that we do, everything that we have ever went through. Every word that we speak, every feeling, especially those that are significant. Okay. And this is what the Akashic is. Those things that happen to us or within us that puts us on a certain path, or that aligns us with our higher self, the Most High. Okay. So different people have different beliefs. A lot of people want to try to make you feel like you can't tap into certain things because it's so sacred, and you're not qualified, and if you do, then you're going to be held accountable because you're not perfect. And I don't believe that. I don't believe none of that for 1 second. I don't. Okay. To me, that's a part of religion, and this is what religious groups do to keep you beneath them, the leaders, and to keep you in a mindset of you have to go to someone else to receive what it is that you desire or that you need. Okay. I feel like we are all gods and goddesses. Okay. I do believe that we are all on different paths in life. But I definitely believe that we are like so powerful, and as powerful as we allow ourselves to be. Okay. So your Akashic Records, you can access them. You can tap into, your energies and know what resonates with you. Now, am I a master? Do I know everything about what the Akashic Records are? I don't know that I would say that I'm a master. I don't know that I would say that. But with me being a woman of wisdom, okay, um, I feel like that's what it is. I feel like the Akashic is just like records and certain downloads from source. Okay. Anyway, I don't want to get too much into that. But this is the deck that I like to come from, or that I like to start with. Okay. I'm sitting here and I'm shuffling. I don't know if you guys can see that, but I'm pretty sure you can hear it. And turn that down just a little bit more so that I don't get a copyright, but I can barely hear it because the fan is going, so I'm pretty sure you guys can't hear it. Okay. At the bottom, matter of fact, it says professional assistance. So when I think about professional assistance, I think about like doctors and counselors and things like that, therapy. Okay. So if it's been on your mind at all, water signs, Cancer, Pisces, and Scorpio, to go and get some type of professional help, even if it has something to do with a business that you want to start, okay, and you feel like you don't know where to start, don't be afraid to reach out and ask for help, okay? This is where your success is going to begin, okay? Knowledge, okay? And sometimes we don't have the knowledge that we need to go to the next step in life. And there are people that the universe will place in our path. But like I was talking about earlier, that's why I don't mind doing the little rambling thing, because spirit be talking, okay? Um, a lot of times the universe will put people in our path that has knowledge or may like the same things that we like, you know. And the thing about it is we have to be willing to be open enough and receptive enough to receive, okay? Like, there's no competition when it comes to what it is that you desire or what it is that you feel like you're supposed to be doing in life, your purpose, okay? Many people may be doing what it is that you're doing, water signs, but does that mean that you have to be like so competitive to where, like, I know certain businesses and sometimes you have to, and I understand that, but I'm talking about like on a smaller scale to where you're just beginning, okay? The initiative, you don't have to go out of your way to compete with people and try to knock people out, because what you're doing is you're knocking out your knowledge, okay? I know, I'm pretty sure for a fact that a lot of these larger companies, these corporate companies, they have ran across each other when they were smaller, and they all conversed at some point. And they, you know, well, what is it that you, or what did you do when you were in this situation? You know what I'm saying? They consulted within each other. There's nothing wrong with that. That doesn't mean that you're dumb. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times we can feel like we're less than because we don't have the knowledge that we need to get to where we want to be. And we'll feel like, okay, well, since I don't have the knowledge to get there, that means that I'm on the wrong path, because if this was my path, I'm supposed to know everything about it. No, not necessarily. Everything is a learning experience, okay? And we live and we learn and we um, evolve through time, okay? Everything doesn't happen immediately, okay? Even though we are born with a lot of things, we are not all born with everything that we need to just do what it is. Sometimes we have to put in the work. And though that is where the life lessons come in at, okay? All right, I'm done rambling. Let's check back into the chat. Hey Cindy Borders, hi, how are you doing? Thank you guys for tuning in. I feel like I got some sweet people in my chat. All right. All right, so we're going to start off with Cancer, okay? Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. That came right out, and it landed on my feet. Who is feet? Pisces. Pisces has to do with the feet, okay? Cancer, it says inner peace. 27, let's say 2740. It says you are being, I don't, give me y'all, because I can't see like I used to could. It says you are letting outside circumstances create turmoil and frustration within you. Remember, you always have power to change your response, that reaction. Okay? Let inner peace attract a higher vibrational outcome for you. Now, one thing that I know about a water sign, okay? Water signs, they move off of emotions, but they are very intuitive, okay? And now, one thing that people do when they know certain water signs and they know their buttons, they will push your buttons. Cancer, okay? You could have somebody around you that is intentionally pushing your buttons, trying to make you react in a way to where they're the victim. Why would somebody want to do that? Because somebody know that they have wronged you. Somebody know that they owe you or they have wronged you, okay? Or that you are in a position of power or something like that, or authority, and they don't like it and they want to try to humble you, okay? So be mindful about when people come to you, Cancer, okay? Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. This could be for cross watchers as well, okay? Be mindful. Don't let people come in and pull a reaction out of you for their benefit, okay? There's one thing that I know is one of the most important things on your spiritual journey, and that's mastery of self. And you cannot master yourself until you master your reactions, okay? Until you master your emotions, okay? Now you feel things and you'll think things, and that's fine. We'll get to a point later on in life to where we'll learn how to not think and feel so intensely, through the way that we see things. But those reactions, oh my God, they set a trail, okay? They set a trail, and some people know that. Some people know, Cancer, that you are very emotional, okay? And that to get something out of you, which is some type of reaction, that all they got to do is press that certain button within you, okay? And here you are, because you feel things so strongly, you're letting them know, which is nothing wrong with expressing yourself. But the thing about it is, don't get to a point to where you allow people to steal your peace, okay? Especially when they know what they're doing, okay? And even if you have people in your circle, in your environment, that press your buttons and they don't know, like your children or, people that just, they don't know what they're doing. That's just the type of person that they come off as. You know, somebody could come off as very verbal, very direct. Okay. And to some people, you know, being direct, that's kind of like an insult, depending on what it is that you're talking about. Okay. Cancer, the cards, the Most High, your higher self is saying it's time to stop letting people take your peace. Okay. It's time to stop allowing people to come in and press your buttons and get a reaction out of you that's going to set you back. Okay. Or it's going to put you in a position to where you don't want to deal. Okay. Show me one more for Cancer. It says bring balance. Okay. You have to bring balance, Cancer. It says you're putting too much energy into something, creating lack somewhere else. Take action now to correct the situation or risk further imbalance, which could lead to undesired results. And this is what happens when we react. I don't know, Cancer. I'm just getting that for you guys to where, you know, you feel so deeply, you know what I'm saying, to where when things happen and people come and they might not even know better, okay? But they touch you in a certain place and you're like, listen, you know, and you may have, you know, the best intentions, but you're like snapping, you know. And before you know it, you and this person are in a verbal debate and things are getting heated and you kind of blocked a path that you were actually supposed to go on. Okay? Because when we are destined, or when we, like, one of our lessons in life is to learn how to balance our emotions and not to speak certain things at a certain time in a certain way. The universe will bring certain people to you to have you check that within yourself, okay? All right. Let's get one or two tarot cards for you, Cancer, to see what else we have for you guys. Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. If you guys don't mind going ahead to hit the like button, subscribe to my channel if you are not subscribed, and I really appreciate it. Yeah, some of you guys have someone watching you, or you have been doing some type of research or studying. Either somebody is studying you, Cancer, or you're studying something. Okay, some of you guys could be dealing with an air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, or you could have it in your chart. But this is you. Some of you guys are students. Some of you guys are students and you don't even know it, okay? The universe is taking you through a lot of lessons, life lessons. And you're like, why? Why me? Why do I have to continuously go through this? Why do I always have people that come and betray me and say this and they say that and they do this and they do that? And it's because to them, it's nothing. But to you, Cancer, it's like, you know, you're so sensitive because you're so intuitive. You're an empath, okay? So you're going to feel everything, you know. And if someone comes in and they trigger something and it kind of reminds you of something that you went through in your past, whether it was something that somebody said or something that somebody did or something that somebody didn't say or do, okay, it's going to cause you to react in a certain way. So a lot of you guys are students of the universe, okay, and you're students of yourself. A lot of you guys are on the path of self-mastery when it comes to reacting, okay? There's nothing more powerful than a person that can control their emotions, okay, and their reactions. Yeah, look at that. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio energy. But Cancer, this is you. This is Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, and this is Scorpio, Aries. All right. For some of you guys, you need to meditate more, go within a little bit more when it comes to your emotions, and you need to tap into your your heart chakra, okay, your root chakra as well, okay, to let yourself know that you are safe, that you are good, and regardless of the people that come across your path and what they say or anything that may happen, okay, you're good, all right, and you're still going to be grounded, okay. This is why the universe is always pairing you with earth signs, okay, because it's important for you to be a little bit more grounded, and for the earth signs it's important for them to be a little bit more like sensitive or emotional when it comes to certain things, or show emotion, because certain earth signs like Taurus, you know, especially if a person has moon in Taurus, honey, they could feel the whole world and you would never know it, okay. So when they get in contact with or cross paths with a water sign, Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio, but this is you, Cancer, then they learn to, you know, show that they care. They learn to show that, you know, they feel you, okay. So there's a balance. There's a balance to these things. Okay. I'm pretty sure oh Lord have mercy. I'm already at 37 minutes. All right. So after Cancer, we have Pisces. Pisces, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Yeah. We're going to go with Pisces. All right. We're at 37, 35. And I'm saying this out loud because after the video, then I'm going to have to go out and or go in the video, and yeah, a lot of water signs are drawn to earth signs. My husband, you might as well say he's my husband. We've been together for a long time. But my husband he's a Cancer. He's a water sign. I'm a Taurus, okay? And water and earth, baby, they go together, okay? Now, when it gets muddy, it gets muddy. And mud is ugly, okay? So it can get ugly when it gets muddy. But then when things kind of like balance out and, you know, whatever, it's the sweetest connection when it comes to water and earth. It's the sweetest connection. Like, I know it seems as if everybody loves fire signs because they're so energetic and they're so spontaneous and things like that. But everybody can't deal with a fire sign, okay? Because and a fire sign ain't gonna want to deal with everybody, you know. But certain signs are destined to run across certain signs. Even my ex-husband, he was a Cancer, okay. So I'm just trusting you, the universe. The universe knows exactly what it's doing, okay. All right, so now we're going to tap into Pisces. Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. The card that came out, it said acceptance, okay. Pisces. We're going to say like 39, 30. 39, 30 for Pisces. It came right back out. Hey, when I tell y'all, my spirit team got me. baby, they got me, okay? A lot of people probably don't like the way that I read because I read a little slow and, you know, I'm a little simple and I'm not so dramatic and all that. But honey, trust me, it be there. It be there. All right, Pisces. It says acceptance. You may be disappointed with a recent outcome. Remember, if one door closes, you are going to be, or you are being redirected to one that will soon open to your true soul path. Okay? So basically, what the card is saying is, sometimes we outgrow situations, Pisces. Basically, point blank. Okay? And the thing about it is, as people, as souls, what we do is, as energies, we like to attach ourselves to other people and other things. This is how we create addictions and habits, and we have pacifiers. And like, if you have children, you know that it's so hard to get your child off of that pacifier. You know what I'm saying? Because once they start crying, the only thing you got to do is stick that pacifier in their mouth and they're going to stop crying. You know what I'm saying? Or if they're crying and if something wrong, they know that if you put that pacifier in their mouth, they're going to stop crying. Whether the wrong is still, the feeling, the whatever discomfort is still there or not, they'll start back crying again. Okay? And it's the same thing with us while we're developing and advancing in life and getting older. Okay? I'm sorry, I'm trying to make sure my necklaces are okay. But we feel like when we come across certain people in life that we're supposed to be with them forever. Like, people are supposed to be in our lives forever, and we're supposed to be in other people's lives forever. Now, this is a very controversial situation or conversation, because then you think about marriage, then you think about family, then you think about jobs that you have been with forever, like years. You know what I'm saying? And the thing about it is, the universe will always, before that tower moment comes in, the universe is always going to try to nudge us and let us know, okay, it's time to move on. Okay? And that is, I think that that's in this book. I don't know if it's in the book that's coming out on August the 6th on Amazon. Rising Above the Odds. It's called The Awakening. Okay? This one is called Facing the Odds, From Teen to Woman. Okay? So I'm not sure that I had anything about my ex marriage in there, but I talked about that, Pisces. I talked about how when we form connections with people, this is like till death do we part. And this is what people actually tell you. I don't know whether it's in the Bible, that the Bible actually says that. Do I go by the Bible 100%? No, I don't. Because I'm not a Christian anymore. And I'm not afraid to say that. But I don't go around condemning Christians. And I do still read the Bible, when I get ready and when I need to, you know, um, um, get into certain things, okay? But anyway, we feel like just because people are in our lives, our parents, our siblings, our children, you know what I'm saying, our husbands, our wives, we feel like these people are supposed to be in our lives forever. But sometimes people are only in our lives for a season, okay? You understand that saying, that old saying, that wise saying, either they're a lesson or a blessing, or people come into your life for a reason, a season, or a lifetime. Now, you do get people that come into your life for a lifetime, you know what I'm saying? And these are people that we tend to, we have more blood ties with them, I would say. Now, it's some people that's been married and they will probably be married for all their lives. Trust me, I did CNA work for over 20 years, okay? And I worked in personal care homes to where these older people, they would be together until the day that they die, okay? And you'll see that when they get so old, and like they have their little situations health wise going on, and then one pass, you'll notice that probably like about a year, normally if it's less than a year, oh baby, mm-mm, there is no them without that other person. But most of the time, it'll take that person probably like a year or so, and after that, they're gonna leave. They're gonna transition to another dimension because that person was their all. So you do have situations to where it's till death do you part. You know what I'm saying? But this is a different situation. This acceptance. Okay. And the thing about it is sometimes we feel like, or we believe, or we convince ourselves that certain people are supposed to be in our lives for whatever, because we 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 develop these feelings, okay, and these attachments to them, okay. And then when things start, you know, going wrong or going right, however you want to see it, then it's like we we just lose ourselves. Okay? But this is the universe. This is the universe saying, okay, that when one door closes, let it close. Let it close. Don't be that person. Yes, you fight for what it is that you desire. Okay? You fight for what you believe in. Okay? You do that, especially when you love something. You fight for them. But when it's time for somebody to leave, okay, or for y'all to go on two different paths, because that's when the disrespect starts coming in. You can't see things eye to eye, okay? And this is the universe telling you, Pisces, let it close. Let that person leave. Let them leave, especially when it comes to that position that they held in your life. That person may still be in your energy. They might still be in your circle somewhere. But when it comes to that certain position that they held in your life, you have to let people go. Okay? And people have to let you go as well. That was one of the life lessons, and it was so hard for me. I didn't understand. I was like, what did I do so wrong? Okay? Because in my situation, and it's in my book, so I don't care about talking about it. But in my situation, my husband left me, okay, for someone, you know, but we were actually on two different paths in life. We were two different people, you know what I'm saying? But when we came together, we had a mutual love and respect for each other. We knew that we wanted to be together. But then when it came to a long term connection, it wasn't supposed to be. Okay? And if you stay in the mindset of, oh, well, if I let this go, or if I leave this job, if I leave my relationship, or if I walk away from my family, or if my family walks away from me, then I'm a failure. And that's not true. Okay? Because anytime something leaves our energy and we actually allow it to go, we release it, we create space for something new, something more relevant, something that resonates more with us at that time. Okay? A lot of times what we do is we hold on to people and things that no longer serve us. Okay? And it's easier said than done. We hear it a lot of times. Oh, I'm letting go of what no longer serves me. But do you actually understand what it is that you're saying, or that's actually happening? It served its time. Everybody that you fall in love with, you're not supposed to marry, Pisces. You're not supposed to marry everybody. Just because you love somebody or you have these strong connections, emotional connections with people, that don't mean that you gotta be together. You know what I'm saying? This is all about experience. It's all about experience in life. And it's learning how to receive and how to release. All right. All right, Pisces. We're going to, and you guys' reading is way longer than the fire sign and the air signs that I did yesterday. I don't know what was wrong with my energy yesterday, but I don't know. I could say I didn't have my shots. I gotta have my shot of tequila. I ain't gonna lie. I gotta have my tequila. And yesterday I was dry. Okay. And my readings were a little dry. So I'm here and I'm alive for you guys. Okay. I'm more open to spirit, the ones that lead and direct me into truth. Okay. Not just any spirit. All right, Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus cross watchers, you guys are welcome. We're shuffling the tarot here to see what the energies are surrounding you guys for this time. Let's tap into my man is Earth. Yeah, I'm sucking my thumb till age 9. No, had to let go when it was time. Yeah, you got to let go when it's time, because what we do is if we don't let go of something that's leaving, okay, envision holding on to a car or anything that's stronger than us, okay, because somebody's will to leave is very strong. So we're holding on to somebody's will to leave. We're going to get dragged, okay? You're going to drag the hell out of yourself or allow yourself to be dragged. And the only thing is, this person is just really trying to go on and, connect with their truth outside of you, or outside of the connection that you guys were at, or even if it's a job, same thing, you know. And then we just make ourselves miserable. That's what happens. We make ourselves miserable. We take ourselves through trials that we're not necessarily supposed to go through, but it does give us wisdom, okay? And it does teach us to where then at the end of the day, we can give somebody else some guidance, okay? So, yeah. Nice to meet you. It's nice to meet you too, Cindy. Thank you for tuning in. If you guys are not subscribers, subscribe to the channel, like the video. All right, Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. This is your energy, honey. Queen of Cups. Some of you guys are so loving. You're so loving, and it's like the only thing that you want is somebody to love you the way that you love, somebody to give to you the way that you give, somebody to understand you and be understanding the way that you are too. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, that's all I want. You know what I'm saying? I'm not asking for like a mansion and a $1 billion. I wouldn't mind me myself. I wouldn't mind having $1 million. Okay, I want to manifest 1 million, because millions ain't nothing these days. Okay, the price of living is so high. Food is so expensive. Make everybody want to go on a fast. Okay. Everybody fasting these days. Be like, what you eat today? Oh, I ain't eat nothing, girl. I'm fasting. Be like, what? Me too. I'm fasting too. Girl, I ain't nothing. What you gonna eat later? But this is your energy, Pisces. The Queen of Cups, okay? Nurture, mothers. Some of you guys are nurturing your children, okay? Some of you guys need to nurture your children. Some of you guys are in a situation to where your children need to be nurtured a little bit. They need more of that feminine energy, even though this is not the Empress and it's not the High Priestess card. Some of you guys are attracting love. You're attracting your counterpart. Some of you guys are into younger people. Look at that. The moon. All feminine energy, honey. All love. All about emotions. All about intuition. Okay? All about going deep within and realizing what it is that you actually desire. And being able to manifest and connect with that. Okay? Because we don't have to continue on a path that we're familiar with when it comes to like family. Like, oh, normally family date this type of person, or family work at this type of job or whatever. You know what I'm saying? A lot of you guys are learning how to venture out and create your own life. Okay? And you're manifesting. Some guys have a king of or knight of cups coming towards you. You're manifesting this. This is your energy here. The moon, okay? Some guys, like I said, you like, I want somebody that love like I love, give like I give, you know, see things like I see things, which everybody's not going to agree all the time. Not all the time. Like, people gonna disagree. People gonna argue. You know what I'm saying? Like, we argue with our people, family, lovers, whatever. We argue. Okay? Things ain't always rainbows and Skittles. You know what I'm saying? And butterflies. Things ain't always just pleasant. We do. We get pushed. Like, our buttons get pushed. But, you know, we want a love that we resonate with. Somebody that's been through what we've been through. Okay? Somebody that we ain't gotta, you know, necessarily tell them how to love us. You know what I'm saying? Even though you do have to set boundaries up with people, Pisces. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy how this is all water. Queen of Cups, Knight of Cups. Some of you guys are dealing with a younger child. Or like I said before, some guys, Pisces, you're into someone that's a little younger than you. Or you're manifesting someone who's a little younger than you. Okay? The thing about it, and I'm just going to tell you what I'm getting, is this person could be, they could look different than what you're used to. Okay? They could be different, the age, the race, the culture, which is the same as race, almost. Um, all this stuff, it could be different, okay? Some of you guys could be in the same sex situation, and it's just like, it will kind of like throw you off when this person crosses your path. But this person, for some of you guys, when this person comes, if this is your situation, they're going to be persistent. And the thing about it is, Pisces, that's what you want. You want somebody that's not going to give up, okay? When you have your good days and when you have, especially when you have your bad days. All right, give me one more, and then I'm going to go to Scorpio. Yeah, I didn't know that this read was going to be so long. But I'm happy, and I'm happy you guys are here. Yeah. Some of you guys are going to be conflicted within yourself. If you meet somebody, or if you decide to go on a different path, something that's new, be mindful of who you tell your business to, because people are going to try to make you feel like, no, that's not you. You know what I'm saying? That's not you. That's not what you like. I know what you like. How somebody outside of you know what you like? You know what I'm saying? Now I know people know you. You know what I'm saying? Like people know who we are. You know what I'm saying? And they understand us, like siblings and husband, wives. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I know you don't like that type of work, or I know that you never date that type of person or whatever. If it resonates with you and this person is, you know, touching you energetically and emotionally, go with it and keep people out your business, okay? Because people will sabotage your situation. Not that they mean to, but this is just what outside influences do, okay? This is what they do. They think they know me. Yeah, they think they know us better than we know ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Like, how somebody on the outside of you gonna know you better than you know yourself? That's not possible. And if that is the case, that means that you gave your power away to that person. Okay? That means you gave your power away to that person and you're being somebody that you're not necessarily. You're actually trying to please somebody else. Okay? By being someone that you used to be, you're trying to maintain an image. Some of you guys are ready for something new. Okay? All right. We're about to tap into Scorpio. We're at 1 hour, 1 minute, and 30 seconds. 1 hour, 1 minute, and 30 seconds for Scorpio. Thank you guys for tuning in. I am happy to be here. I feel good. Like I said, I had my shot of tequila right here. Is this one open? Yeah. All right. Keep me a shot, honey. And what it does, it's strong. But it kind of reacts, it relaxes my nerves, okay? When I do go live. When I'm not drinking or when I don't have a shot or two or three or four, I am the most standoffish person. Like this version of me, this is the version that I like to be in when I do my readings for you guys because I like to engage with you. But like when you'll be like, is that Magical Jones? That person, you wouldn't even, I mean, you would know that it's me by my voice, but and by my eyes, even whether I got on makeup or not, but you know. All right, Scorpio. Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. This is for you. Cross watchers, you guys are welcome as well. All right. If you're not a subscriber of mine, if the message resonates with you, please feel free to subscribe. Because you're here and you're viewing, please just give me a like to get my channel in rotation. Okay. All right, we're cutting 3 times for you, Scorpio. At the bottom of the deck, it says open up. Okay. It says open up. You're being asked to open your heart to another. It says to let down your walls and trust that they want what's best for you. Your life will open up in wonderful ways once you decide to open up. And I know about a Scorpio, because like I said, I'm Taurus, honey, and that's my opposite sign. We don't open up to any and everybody, okay? We don't. And once you show us something within you that's a little shady, you don't get access to us like you used to have, okay? Like the energy is going to be completely different. Like people be like, yeah, no, that's Taurus energy. That's Scorpio energy. That's Taurus opposite sign, okay? Scorpio ain't got time for that, okay? Because first of all, Scorpio ain't got time to be going to jail for nobody, okay? Keep playing with me. I show you that I'm a consistent or I'm a loyal person, and then you want to come in and play with me. Okay. Play by yourself. Because I'm walking away. And this is the sign of walking away, Scorpio. All right. They will walk the fuck away from your ass, okay? And if you taking the Scorpio through some shit and they ain't walked away, it's because they love the fuck out of you. Okay? Like for real. Scorpios don't play that. And they will cuss you out. They don't play that. You are going to hear what it is that they feel. Alright? If they feel a certain type of way about how you moving around them, they're gonna tell you. Okay? Because they rather be real than be fake. And that's one thing a Scorpio don't like is fake people. And if they feel like you coming off a little shady towards them, they're gonna close down, honey. And if by chance you have the task of being in the energy of a Scorpio that don't like you, honey, you don't know what the hell a Queen of Swords energy is. Okay? Trust me, it says discovery. Okay, this is what came out. Let's see what it says. It says new ideals, people, or opportunities may be coming your way. While there is still work to do to reach your goal, you may discover your new strengths and passions along the way. Now, this is one thing that I know about life. Life is my friend, okay? Life is an energy, it's a spirit, just like mercy and grace. These are spirits. And I try to teach people this when I speak, okay? When we call for grace and we call for mercy and we call for abundance and we call for all these things that we call upon, these are energies. Okay? And if you treat them as they are, actual beings and energies, you'll have a better result. Okay? But it's saying that there's new opportunities coming your way, Scorpio. But the thing about it is, some of you guys are closed off. Okay? And you have been closed off for a little while. Okay? You've been closed off for a little while, and I'm not saying you're right or wrong, okay? I'm saying that you were protecting your energy, okay? Like I said, I'm Taurus. My opposite sign is Scorpio, all right? The universe is saying go within, or it has been giving you time. See, when we step away from people, Scorpio, this is what we have to understand. When we step away from people in certain situations, we have to understand that this is for a purpose, okay? We're stepping away to gain clarity, not just to be like, oh, no, I don't fuck with them. They don't deal with them like that no more. Or, no people can go to hell, or, you know what I'm saying, this is that or the other. It's not just for that. It's to gain clarity within ourselves. What is it within us that was touched, okay? And how can I better myself? Because my whole objective in life is to have a peace of mind, okay? And if I'm going to have anybody in my energy and in my space, they have to assist me, just like I'm going to assist them with having peace in life. So if you're coming into my life and you're creating chaos, you have to go, okay? So I understand that. I understand that you cut people off because they don't know how to act, okay? But for some of you guys are ready to open back up. To the same people, maybe, maybe not. Maybe to new people, okay? Because there's new opportunities coming your way, okay? So when we shut down and we seclude ourselves and we walk away from people that we don't fuck with no more, you know what I'm saying? It's for a reason. It's not just to be like, okay, well, I don't deal with them no more. I'm going to throw them in a box along with everybody else that I don't fuck with, and I'm going to label the box, I don't fuck with you. You know what I'm saying? it's not just about that, because we have to do some work within ourselves. Okay, some of you guys are on the path now to where you're ready to open up. Okay, you figured out what it is about you that was triggered, or that you needed to work on within yourself. Okay, to why that person got under your skin, and why you and that person could never get along the way that you felt like you needed to. Okay, why you couldn't never just be peaceful, even though you like, okay, I'm gonna go around them, I'm gonna go to work today, and I ain't gonna let nobody press my buttons. We ain't gonna fight. I ain't gonna cuss nobody out. I ain't gonna get sent to the office if I'm at school, because I'm not gonna let nobody touch me. I ain't gonna, but then we say that, but then at the end of the day, we always allow it to happen. You know what I'm saying? Because who gonna play with you? You know what I'm saying? Who gonna play with you? But see, the thing about it is, it's not about that, really. You know what I'm saying? And when we learn that the ego is our friend, but at the same time, it's our teacher too. Okay? The ego is your teacher. A lot of people like to say that the ego is your worst enemy. No, your ego is going to teach you what it is that you need to check yourself about. There's nothing wrong with being humble sometimes. You still ain't got to let nobody play with you. But when somebody come at you and acting silly and foolish and saying silly and foolish things, do you have to react to them? I think Cancer had that, about reacting to people that don't know how to act. Okay, they come at you with all kind of mess and foolishness and whatever. They're having a bad day, and they might not even be coming to you directly, but it's just their energy, and you're like, shut the up. You know what I'm saying? Mm-mm. We're going to get to a level in life, Scorpio, to where we're just going to be like this. And even when people come at us, and I say us because even though this is a Scorpio read, it's for all of us. A message is a message. Somebody come towards you with that mess. You're looking at them like, and don't let them think that you got any type of like reading abilities and stuff like that, like about me. People won't come around me. Me, myself. People will not come around me with no foolishness. And especially like when I get quiet. Now, if they know that they can press my buttons and I go off, because I will go off. Scorpio, I will go off. We all can go off sometimes, but we want to get to that point to where, you know, all right, it ain't even that deep, okay? And whatever you going through ain't got nothing to do with me. Whatever they going through ain't got nothing to do with Scorpio, okay? And this is what Scorpio has to understand, okay? Scorpio is its own entity, its own god or goddess, okay? With its own superpowers and its own strength, okay? Its own abilities and disabilities too, but still, we don't show that in public, okay? This is God Goddess energy. When you start to master yourself, and then people know they can't come at you. I don't care how old you are, how young you are. When you get to that point, and you have little to no words to say to how they're acting, they want some attention. And guess what? My energy is too precious to give to you at this point, because I don't invest in mess. I don't invest in mess. I invest in things that's going to build me up or build up the people around me. And if you're not on that level, then you need to get the fuck away from me. And I know, this is where a lot of you guys were. This is why you guys cut some people off. But you guys are coming into some new energies, okay? Some new soul connections, some new opportunities. All right. So you have to be in a mind frame, protected as well, cautious a little bit, not too judgmental, but you have to be in a mind frame to where you're open to new possibilities. Okay, so be mindful of that. So now we're going to tap into the tarot. I want to thank everyone for being here with me. I enjoyed it. I'm comfortable here, right now. And I'm happy and honored to be able to give you guys a message for this time. And I hope that it taps in and it resonates with you. All right. Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Ooh, that jumped. The Hermit, honey. Because some of you guys are already been within, okay? And if you're not yet on that path, if you're not there yet, just know that that's where you need to be, okay? Or that's where you need to be headed, okay? Going within, okay? Shining a light on yourself. Bump what other people got going on, okay? Because you trying to study other people is not going to do nothing for you. Yeah, it might show you how to deal with other people, but we want to know how we going to master ourselves, okay? Some of you guys are attracting some Virgos. You might have Virgo in your chart. If that's not the case, like I said, some of you guys are definitely having an awakening of that inner peace, that stillness, okay? And knowing that when it comes to certain things, it has nothing to do with the people around you. It's all about yourself, like your reactions, okay? And the way that you know, cut people off, or people cut you off, or something like that, This is all personal. Hold on, y'all. Okay, we have the King of Wands. Some of you guys are attracting a fire sign. If that's not, or Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, this is my Leo card. Okay. If that's not the case, this is you building your inner strength. Okay. This is you building the courage to be able to be like, yeah, I know. Me and you wasn't talking, or I cut you off. This, for some of you guys, you're supposed to go back to a job that you left. You're supposed to be going back to something, okay? That's for some of you guys. For others of you guys, you just have to open up, okay? And not allow yourself to be so closed off because of your past experiences, okay? That King of Wands, that's like entrepreneurship as well, okay? Look at that. Pisces, not the Ten of Pentacles, that's Capricorn energy, but this is like legacy, okay? This is heritage, all right? Some guys are dealing with family. Scorpio, did I say Pisces? I'm sorry. Scorpio, some of you guys are dealing with family, okay? And someone wants that family vibe back, because I don't know if it's that families change over the years, or if it's the transfer of who's in charge of the family, okay? And when you have certain people that run the family different than what other people were used to, then they're like, mm-mm, I'm not gonna be around nobody that's gonna allow mess. Now they may have their own reasons by allowing this to happen. Like, y'all family, y'all need to get along. Okay. But for some people, somebody wants a family to get back together. For some of you guys, I see a commitment coming in with a fire sign from your past. You and this person were very tied in. I would say that. And it might not even be that they're from your past. They could be in your, yeah, they definitely from your past. Okay. Either they're from your past, or there's someone younger than you, or you have a past life connection with them. Okay. And you're trying to figure out why you both, but you, Scorpio, you're trying to figure out why you always try to cut this person off, but then y'all end up back together. Like I said, it could be a Leo, could be a Capricorn, I don't know. But I see commitment, I see legacy, okay? I see heritage as well. I see a family reunion, okay, with that Ten of Pentacles. But it's something about somebody's mindset, okay? And I feel like this is you, Scorpio, okay? And I'm going to say this, and then I'm going to end, because we are well into an hour and 30 minutes or close to it. Be mindful of negative thoughts, or thoughts that don't mean you any good or don't serve you any good at this time, to come in and keep you from connecting with people or situations or opportunities that could bring you some type of happiness. Okay? Be mindful of that, because I see a lot of you guys are in your head about a situation. Some of you guys are in your feelings. Okay? This is something that you're not really showing, but you're feeling it heavily. Okay? With that Seven of Swords. You feel it heavily. Okay? And some of you guys at night, when your day is settled and you're laying in the bed, or you're sitting on the couch, or the recliner, and you're watching TV, or just chilling, whatever it is that you do. Some of you guys, these thoughts, you start reflecting on things, and this is one of the things that you reflect on. You always feel like in the back of your head, somebody's going to come and try to manipulate you and try to get over on you. Okay? What I have to say to you about that, Scorpio, is pray. And when I say pray, I say speak to the universe. Let the universe know that, you desire to connect with people, and you want to dismiss. You can come in, because you're not going to be on the camera. It's up to you. Just don't talk a lot, because I'm still recording. But you're not going to be like manipulated and all this other type of stuff by people from your past. Some of you guys just don't trust people. Some of you guys have trust issues, and your spirit guides and your higher self wants to get you to a point to where you are healing that. Okay, so this time alone, when you have this time alone, okay, and you're discovering things even about yourself, okay, and about how to deal with other people and how to open up, all right, so that you can take advantage of these new opportunities, these new experiences that the universe wants to send your way. All right. I am Magical Jones. This is Wisdom and Guidance Oracle. This is for the water signs, Cancer, Pisces, and Scorpio. I am done. It's almost 2 hours, but we did it, didn't we? We did it. All right. I love you guys, and if you missed anything, I will go back through and try to timestamp, but I don't I don't know if I'm going to do it now or if but just review that and watch your read. This was the water signs, Cancer, Pisces, and Taurus.